Warfighter recommended, warfighter tested, and warfighter approved. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but these are the actual military MREs. These are what our troops are eating right now, probably overseas or on deployment, whatever. So yeah, without further ado, let's dig into this thing and see what we got. And you know, it's also worth mentioning, these have a heating packet inside of them, so all you have to do is add a very small amount of water and the whole thing heats up by itself. They have a shelf life of a long time.
Whew. Not the quickest tent to set up, but man, does it come in handy when you're solo camping like this. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit.
The rainfly attaches with these simple snaps here. And as you can see underneath there, you've got the mesh windows there, so you can take that off. And it's anchored by these straps that go down, and this protects your bed. These are elastic, and then these pads here protect your paint. You can also, I've seen guys put more padding down here. They come around and they hook onto the bottom there in 3 different points. Right there. Right there. It anchors to the bottom of the tailgate here, wraps around. There's straps that go between the tailgate and the end of the bed that you have to feed down. You kind of have to prop the tailgate up, feed those in, and then loop them around. That can be kind of pain in the butt. So far, so good. I really like this thing, and people have asked me why I decided to go this route as opposed to a camper shell, and the short answer is, or the short and long answer, no pun intended, is length. Most truck beds, mine included, are 5.5-foot beds. I'm almost 5'11", so obviously laying down in it wouldn't have worked. I mean, and the nice thing about this Napier Backroadz tent is that when you put the tailgate down, you gain an extra almost 2.5 feet, 2 feet to the total length of the bed, and the tent utilizes that space. The truck bed ends right here, and that's extra space right there. That's a good 2 feet extra. The tent goes all the way down to that. The tent is really solidly constructed. You can get these for under $200. The tent features 2 zipper windows right here with a mesh outside of it to keep bugs out, and that's on both sides. You can see there's a mesh right here. I got the rain fly on. That's on the other side. I kept the rain fly on last night. We weren't expecting rain, but it does keep it a little warmer. On top, you've got a little mesh system there. You can put stuff up there, you know, wallet, keys, and of course you got a little hanger thing for a lantern. That's the back window of the truck right there. All double stitching. It takes about 10 minutes for me to put up. I believe this is, you know, a polyester fabric, but without the rain fly on it, it's actually quite airy. There is an air vent that is down right here that I'll show you from the outside. Lets fresh air come in to circulate, especially useful for the little buddy heater there, which, man, when that thing is going, it's hard to get out of this thing because it is so comfortable. You've got a really thick, durable, padded tarp material here on the bottom. I mean, the thing is pretty roomy. I've got my Coleman cot here, and it takes up about half. The wheel wells are right here. The cot goes over the wheel wells. And then I've got space underneath the cot for storage as well. And one of my other favorite things about the tent is the fact that I can stand up in this thing pretty much. From top to bottom, it's about 5 feet. And that's awesome. So when you're changing clothes, you're not having to, you know, finagle your body around to contort yourself into positions to get dressed. My second favorite feature are these shelves. You know, that's the truck bed right there, and these shelves allow me to, you know, put stuff on them. As you can see, I do. But when you're laying in bed, it's especially nice to just be able to reach over and grab something from the shelf there. Overall, a really solid tent. I like it. I look forward to taking it out in a rainstorm and giving you a review on that as well. I'm really confident with this rain fly on the top of it that it comes with that it would be a pretty dry event. So let's get out and start the day. Now, to be fair, I'd be remiss if I didn't tell you what I didn't like about this tent. The setup time is not like my dome tent, my REI dome tent for backpacking. That thing takes literally like a minute to set up, whereas this does take about 10 minutes to set up, and it can be kind of cumbersome with just one person. Getting off the ground, that's the main reason why I use this. I sleep so much better when I'm off the ground, and the temperature is better. It's just all around a better sleeping experience for me. I do about half and half tent camping as opposed, or on the ground tent camping, as opposed to the Napier truck tent. But my number one chief complaint about this tent, bar none, is getting my butt in and out of this thing. I put my camping bins underneath there, and I use those as steps, and I step up to get in. Getting out is a lot easier than getting in, I'll tell you. But that's my number one complaint. I guess, like Chevy trucks now, I think it's Chevy that makes it. They have these things that come out of the bed here, the tailgate, where a step comes down, a little handle comes up. Man, if you have that in this here, you're golden, my friend. All I'm using is power bait, salmon eggs, and corn. And more often than not, when I've come here, I've caught something within the first hour or so. Another really cool thing that you can do here is throw out crawfish traps, and within a day you'll have a full trap usually, and have yourself a really good crawfish boil. The hike up back to camp isn't all that fun. Like I said, we're only about maybe 100 yards, if that. I'd say probably closer to 80 yards from our camp spot. But it's a good workout, and the scenery is nicer than doing it at the gym. Here, fishy, 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 fishy.
Got it. Fish on. A little bigger. Hey, buddy. Settle down, settle down, settle down, settle down, settle down. Get you back. Fish on.
A lot of people, when they think of Arizona, they think of cactus and tumbleweeds and the Wild West. And that's true for a good portion of Arizona, but the northern half of Arizona pretty much looks like this behind me. Oh, and there's this. Yeah, baby. This is rim country. It's a decent view. It's actually a campsite right there. All along here. All along the rim right here are campsites, dispersed camping spots you can camp on. It's really nice, except it can get windy. But you cannot beat that view, waking up to that every morning. Man. Oh, let's get going. Okay, that was quite the hike up from the lake behind me. It's about 150 yards from this spot here to the lake, but it's doable. But if you're not in the best of shape, it's gonna take you a good 15 minutes to get up, and it took me about 10. So that said, I am hungry, and our meal for today is I haven't had this one yet. It's a MRE. This is menu 22. It's a ready-to-eat United States military from the Department of Defense. You can get these on eBay, on Amazon. I got a case of these. There's they come in menu A and menu B. I got these off of OfferUp, and you shouldn't pay more than $5 or $6 per bag. I got them by the case, and there's 12 different meals in a case, and each case, like menu A, case A, will have menu items 1 through 12, and menu B, labeled case B, in some situations, is menu items 13 through 24. And it's really easy to find online. Just do a Google search for what the menu items are. These things are, they're not the best tasting meals, but they pack a punch, man. You can, there is a lot of stuff in here. It's like a 4-course meal, and we're going to dive into it, and I'll show you that here in a second. I prefer these when I'm solo camping. That way I don't have to haul around an ice chest. I don't have to mess around too much with fire, and there's a fire restriction right now anyway, so I wouldn't be able to have a fire. I would be able to have a cooking or a propane fire, and I do have that. I have my small butane stove, and I'll be using that probably for breakfast. But these are pretty cool, you know, and they're relatively inexpensive. And it actually says warfighter recommended, warfighter tested, and warfighter approved. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but these are the actual military MREs. These are what our troops are eating right now, probably overseas or on deployment, whatever. So yeah, without further ado, let's dig into this thing and see what we got. And you know, it's also worth mentioning these have a heating packet inside of them, so all you have to do is add a very small amount of water, and the whole thing heats up by itself. They have a shelf life of a long time. These ones are from, this video is being made in 2020. These are from 2017. They're still perfectly edible. In fact, the case says it was inspected in March of 2020. And they'll go another, I mean, depending on the meal, most of these will go a good 10 years. Not very good for backpacking because they're not the lightest thing around. But for camping, and if you're just doing maybe like a 3-day backpacking trip, absolutely. But nothing too long term. Let's see if I can open this one up. They're completely watertight. One of the misconceptions I had when I first started getting into MREs and ready-to-eat meals for camping and whatnot, well, that one's tough, is that I was used to eating Mountain House stuff, you know, the freeze-dried foods, and that's not what these are. The old MREs, pull out my trusty SOG knife. These are, you know, like I said, you add water to the heating element, the heating pad that heats it up, but everything else, I mean, but for the most part, everything in here is ready to eat. Like, you don't have to add water to it. I wouldn't have to add any water to this. I could technically eat it. It would just be cold. The only thing that the water does is heat it up. Like, you know, in contrast to, you know, a Mountain House and those freeze-dried backpacking meals that you can get at, you know, your outdoor stores and whatnot. Those require water to be added to the actual food in order to be edible. And it has to be hot water. So you're going to be amazed. If you've never seen one of these, you're going to be amazed what's inside this thing. It's nice out. I did catch a few fish down there. Small ones. Didn't bring them back. Okay, so first and foremost, we've got Asian beef strips in teriyaki sauce right here. This is what we're going to put in our heating bag. That goes in before it goes in the bag, it goes in this pouch here. I'll show you all that. We've got mango peach applesauce. An accessory packet with peppermint gum, iodized salt, toilet paper, a moist towelette, coffee, and powdered lemonade. No. I have not seen this before. I bet you this makes the troops really happy. This makes them go crazy. Skittles. And not just regular Skittles, sour Skittles. I'll be damned. This is a white wheat snack bread, TFF. 27 carbohydrates and 190 calories packing in that sucker right there. And that's vacuum sealed. Chunky peanut butter. Keeps going. Cocoa beverage powder, natural and artificially flavored. You could stretch this out over easily 2 meals, maybe 3. Strawberry jam. So, I mean, you put the jam on the wheat bread and stuff like that, and the peanut butter, I would assume. You've got your MRE field spoon. And this is the heating packet that it all goes into. Okay, so in order to make this and to get it to sing and get hot, you're going to take your bag, the heating element bag that it comes with, tear the top off, like such. Open that up, and there's a heater in here, like a hand warmer. See that? But a much bigger, more powerful hand warmer. Oh, don't eat this. Don't eat it, folks. We're going to take our beef strips, stick that straight into the bag, like so. Now, this is the important part. Take your MRE, water, and we're not going to go above that line. I always seem to get it a little bit above that line. Yep, see, it's not going to hurt anything though. So now that the water is in there, we hold this shut. Like so. Shake it around. Get that heating pad really wet. Should start to feel it. Yep, it's getting hot. Now take it, put it in this pouch. Now, take your water thing here, and we just prop it. I don't know if I can do it here with the camera. I'll do it, and then I'll show you. I'll just prop it like that. Okay, so the MRE is cooking. I can hear it actually boiling pretty much inside that pouch there. I think we should try some peanut butter and jelly. Now, I think I can eat a whole MRE, but you could probably, like I said, stretch this out. So we're going to take our white wheat snack bread. It's a bowl of white wheat snack bread. Need a hissing sound when I open that. That's what that is. It's really soft. Put some of that on there like so. Yeah, it's not we're not dealing with Skippy. I hope it tastes better than it looks. I haven't had peanut butter before. Like I said, usually they come with Smells good. Usually they come with a cheese spread. That's enough. Tastes like peanut butter. That fly that just landed on it liked it too. That's actually tasty. Really good. But peanut butter and bread is not complete without jelly. Strawberry jam. I'm not sure if you guys can see that or not. This is really difficult with one hand. It's not steak and shrimp. It's not even brats. Strawberry jam's good too. Peanut butter and jelly part of it is decent. Not a fan of this white wheat bread. But then, you know, I mean, it's an MRE. It's 3 years old. So, what do you expect? Imagine if you were one of the troops and this is what you had to eat. Be pretty stinking good. MRE right here. It's hot. There's steam coming out the top of it. Flip it over. I could make a meal out of just that. So I was using power bait to catch the trout. Everybody else, when I went to the store earlier to get some bait, everybody was buying worms. I've never had luck with worms, and to be quite candid, I think they're gross, putting worms on hooks and stuff. I'll do it, I mean, but power bait for me works better. I have more luck with it, and it's less messy. And I was literally catching fish within 10 minutes of each line throw out there. They're not big fish, but you could eat them. I mean, they're probably between 9 inches and 9 inches and a foot long. Rainbow trout. Cheers. If you like this video, please by all means subscribe, hit that like button down below, and toggle that bell notification so that you get notified anytime that we post a new video. So like, subscribe, get notifications. It goes a long way so that I can bring you more of these videos. I have fun doing it. I'll keep posting them whether you do that stuff or not, though. And do more gear reviews and MRE reviews and whatnot. I'm going to finish my peanut butter and jelly hardtack. And we'll dip into these Asian-style beef strips with vegetables and sauce right now. Okay, I think it's done. It's boiling. There's steam coming out the top of it. Taking the pouch off. And it's pretty self-explanatory from here. You just cut the top off it. Or you can just pull it out, but it's pretty hot. They don't recommend you do that. Careful not to burn yourself when you pull that out. Look at that. Okay, I don't feel... Yeah, I do feel like maybe a little chunk in there or something. It doesn't look anything like I thought it would. It's almost like a chili, like a green chili. Come on, focus. That's good. That is darn good. Wow. Wish I'd saved the bread now for that. Wow. Pleasantly surprised there. It's got beef. It's got potatoes. Gravy. Looks like carrots in there. No. That wasn't a potato. That was a water chestnut. Outstanding. It's good to know that we're men and women fighting for us have something good to eat. Because I've always heard horror stories about these, and I've had a few of them, and they're hit and miss. This one's good. I imagine this is a hit when they get this one. Guess I should have used the spoon to be more authentic, but these make great camping meals. They're, no mess. You just take that bag, put all the garbage in it, and throw it away. And let's face it, if most people I know that use their camp spoon don't do dishes with that anyway, so. Looks like the sun's gonna set. We should be getting to a low of 34 tonight, which is right on the lower limits of that Nemo Forte bag. But I've also got a little buddy heater that I can use if I need to. I don't use that too often, but I'll set it up and bring it out. There's nothing worse than shivering in your sleeping bag and cold sleep, hot sleep. It's got to be just right. Man. Menu 22. That's going to be in the B case. Menu B 22. And I believe they haven't changed in quite a few years. So if you get a 2019 or a 2018, 2017, I think they're all the same. Dynamite. I guarantee you, if there were other people here camping with me, and they'd have their stuff they're making, if they tasted this would turn them on to MREs. They'd be a little jealous. That's gourmet right there. There isn't a person around for probably 5 miles. That's what I love about this lake. Why don't you come during the week? Oh, there's an eagle. Bald eagle just flew by. A lot of those up here, they're nesting along the water edge. That was cool. He was low. It's bear country. They're like most everything, as long as you don't provoke it or scare it, you'll be all right. They're more scared of you than you are of it. There are precautions you have to take, though, keeping your food not outside when you go to bed. Never take food in your tent. That's a rule I abide by. And always lock up my garbage, too. I have a garbage bag hanging back behind me. I don't know if you can see it or not. Doesn't look like it. Yeah, right there. Right there. Yeah. Before I go to bed, I'll take that off the tree and throw it in the back of the truck. That way I don't have to tell you on the next video that my streak of not seeing a bear come through my tent has ended. God, that's good. All right, that literally took like a minute and a half, and it's already starting to boil, so I'm gonna turn that sucker off. Tastes like hot cocoa. Yeah, just what you'd expect. No off flavors or anything like that. It's missing little marshmallows, that's the only thing. Cool. I love nature's alarm clock out in the woods. Today it consists of 27 sparrows, 16 crows, 21 blue jays, 36 other different types of birds, and a partridge in a pear tree. And it's like 5 o'clock in the morning. Man, it is beautiful out here. What a great reset, and boy did it work. All I can hear are the birds, I can hear the water down below the hill there. This was a lot of fun. I look forward to you joining me on more adventures. Listen, if you or someone you know is battling depression in any form, postpartum depression, suicidal thoughts, substance abuse, drug abuse, relationship issues, anything, be that helping hand. Be that person that supports them and help them through that process. It's not an easy road. Bring them camping. It works for me every single time when I feel like I'm getting in a little bit of a rut. This is my reset. And I hope these videos do something for you too. If not just to, learn something. MREs, for goodness sake. But I really do hope that they're meaningful to you as much as they are to me. So I look forward to you joining me on many more adventures together. And please hit that like button down below, or the subscribe, preferably both. And we'll see you the next time. We're going to pack up in the morning early and get back to the grind. Take care, my friends. Till next time.